Vincent, are you going to be late coming home again today? Pippa's complaining that she's pretty hungry. Is it okay with you if we go ahead and start dinner without you?
Sorry, I should have let you know. I'm gonna have to put in some overtime again today. I'll be home pretty late.
I gotcha. Next time, maybe let me know a little sooner, okay? You never let me know when you're running late. I always have to ask you. I'd appreciate a heads up in the future.
Work's got me really busy. You know how it is.
It seems like they've really piled it on you lately. Are you going to be okay for next Saturday? You promised to take Pippa to the amusement park, you remember, right?
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. As long as nothing unusual comes up at work, it shouldn't be a problem. But if there's an emergency, I'll have to come in.
What? Why would you have to go in? Now you've got me worried. Don't say something like that unless you mean it. She's really looking forward to it. She's been talking about it nonstop. Don't break your promise. She'll be so upset.
Work is work. I can't help it. If I have to do something, I have to do it.
I know. But lately you barely play with her. You aren't spending time with her at all. She's going to start elementary school next year. She'll probably want to spend her weekends playing with her friends too. You're going to run out of time with her before long. Don't you think you ought to prioritize being with her while you can?
I understand that. But I also need you to understand that when I say I'm busy with work, I really am busy. If I don't work, how would you two be able to get by? You've been able to stay at home with her because of my job.
Of course I know that. But lately, even on the days you get home on time, you just eat, shower, and head straight to bed. I wish you would make an effort to spend a little more time with Pippa, even if it's just a few minutes every night. Read her a story or something. She misses you. I know it isn't easy for you, but I think it's important.
That's why I promised to take her to the amusement park. I'm doing my best.
Just keep in mind that if you break your promise, she's going to be really heartbroken.
Yeah, but if I get called into work, you can always take her, can't you, Phoebe? That way she still gets to go and I won't have broken my promise. It'll be fine.
You want me to take her? Just the two of us? She's excited to go as a family. She wants all three of us there.
I know that, but I'm sure she'd rather just go the two of you than not go at all.
Yeah, I guess. She'd really rather go with you, though. She has her heart set on riding some of the rides with you and getting your pictures made with some of the characters, too. Don't forget, I still got my part-time job, too. I wish you would help me look after her on the weekends at least. It would mean a lot to me, and I could really use your help. I haven't been able to do anything by myself or with my friends for half a year now. That's a long time to go without a break. I get invited out, but I can't go. I even had one of my old friends from back home in town, and I couldn't go out to meet her at all.
I didn't know about that. You should have gone anyway. You could just bring Pippa with you. It would have been fine.
It's not the same. It would have been refreshing to go out and feel like a grown-up for once. When you have a child with you, you still have to keep an eye on them the entire time and be careful what you talk about. Besides, sometimes I just want to take a little break.
Why don't you ask your mom to watch her sometimes? She loves spending time with her. I'm sure she would do it no problem.
My mom works. She isn't free anytime I need her. She has her own schedule and responsibilities.
I also have a lot of friends I'm trying to keep up with. It isn't easy. It's kind of our busy season right now, but I can watch her for you sometimes when things lighten up. How does that sound?
I feel like you're just saying that because you're always going to be busy. It's easy to make a promise when you know you don't have to keep it. But right now, all I care about is if you keep your promise to Pippa. If you take her to the amusement park, we're good. I'm not the important one here. She is. Put her first. That's all I ask.
I told you I will. Don't worry about it. I'll work really hard till then and keep an eye on our schedule. That way I can be sure to have the day free for her.
Please do. Good luck getting your work finished tonight. I'm going to put your dinner in the fridge. You can warm it up when you get home. Vincent, Pippa's been taken in an ambulance. Please come to the hospital right now.
What? An ambulance? She just had a fever, didn't she? What happened?
It went up to 105 degrees. She lost consciousness and collapsed. I couldn't wake her up. I didn't know what else to do, so I called 911. They sent an ambulance for her. She's too little to have a fever like that. Ugh. We're at the hospital right now. I'm so worried. I don't know what to do.
If you're at the hospital, then there's nothing to worry about. Just take a deep breath. It'll be fine.
Are you serious? Your daughter has a high fever. She passed out and had to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance. How can you sound so calm? Aren't you worried at all?
Of course I'm worried, but I'm in the middle of work right now. I've got a lot on my plate and I need to focus.
It's the weekend.
I told you this morning I have to work today. We've been slammed and I needed to come home to take care of a few things. Did you think I was lying to you?
I didn't say you were lying, but I know that you've been carrying your regular clothes with you when you go to work on the weekends lately. You wear your suit in, but you have casual stuff in your bag. I do your laundry. I couldn't help but notice. Did you think I wouldn't?
Sometimes when I go in on the weekends, I only have a little bit left to do, so I get done early. I just go out when I finish, that's all. It helps me clear my mind.
Even though I've been asking you to come home early, you'd rather be out than spend time with Pippa and me?
I've told you, I need to let off a little steam sometimes. I get stressed out at work. It helps me to go out a little bit. That way, I'm in a good mood when I come home.
Well, in that case, when you get off work, come straight to the hospital. I'll send you the address.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I don't know how to tell you this. So, I guess I'll just say it. I actually have a business trip that just came up. I'll be gone for the next 3 days.
What? A business trip? Now?
It's sudden, but I have to go. I don't have a choice. I know it's not ideal. I'll be back in a few days. It's not that long.
But you were supposed to take Pippa to the amusement park today. You had plans. Why can't you ever say no at work? You should be able to tell them you can't every once in a while. You said you'd make sure you had the day off. You promised. And even more important, your daughter is in the hospital right now. How can you leave at a time like this?
I can't say no when my boss gives me an order. It's just part of the job. Besides, she couldn't have gone today anyway. She's sick. In the end, it's all right. She'll never know I couldn't take her because I had to work.
You think it's all right? Pippa's really sick right now. She's suffering. How can you just say everything's all right?
It's just a fever. It'll come down with a little time. And she's at the hospital. She's gonna be just fine. You're overreacting. You need to calm down, honestly.
But aren't you even a little bit worried about her? What's wrong with you?
I can be worried about her and still have to do my job. How do you think we have a health insurance so she can go to the hospital? It's because I work.
Fine. I read you loud and clear. I won't count on you anymore.
Why are you gonna be like that? It's just a fever. You don't have to go crazy about it. You're overreacting. It isn't that big of a deal.
I'm overreacting? Our child passed out. I couldn't wake her up. How am I overreacting?
Oh, you're exaggerating. You need to take it down a notch. Don't get hysterical. You'll bother the doctors. Just let them do their job and everything will be fine. You'll see. I'm about to leave on my business trip. Don't bother me with any pointless messages, okay? Only reach out if it's important. I'm gonna turn off my regular phone and just leave my work phone on.
You don't want me to give you any updates on how Pippa is doing? She's gonna be checked into the hospital. They want to keep her.
And they'll help her get better fast. That's what the hospital does. They take care of sick people. Even if I were to come there, there's nothing I could do to help her. I feel better letting them just do their job.
I see. If you don't think you'd regret it, then fine. Go ahead.
Regret it? What are you even talking about? Knock it off already. If you want to spend more time at home, then you better work on your attitude. You won't leave me alone. You're making me not want to come home. Didn't you listen to a single thing I told you? How many times did you call or text me? I have so many missed calls, it's ridiculous. I told you I was going to be cutting my phone off.
You don't know yet?
I don't know what. Is it about Pippa? Is she okay? I'm on my way home now. She's out of the hospital by now, right? Are you guys at home right now?
I'm at the funeral right now. I'll talk to you afterwards.
What? A funeral? Oh, what funeral? Wait, Pippa? Oh my god.
No, not Pippa. Your boss's mother passed away.
Really?
Didn't you say you had your work phone on? Your coworker said they reached out to let you know. They said they tried calling the phone that the company gave you, but you didn't answer. That's why they called the house. They couldn't get you on your work phone, so they called me.
Oh, wow, okay. I don't know what to say. I had no idea.
You already know, don't you?
I already know what.
You know what I'm going to say to you.
Huh? What do you mean?
You don't have to lie anymore. There's no need. I know you didn't go on a business trip. Your coworkers told me there was no business trip this weekend. No one went on one. Your boss even told me that you took some of your vacation time. You didn't even go to work at all.
I'm sorry. I needed to get out for a little while. I wanted to take a trip by myself for a few days. I have been so stressed at work lately that I needed to clear my head.
That's also a lie, isn't it? Just be honest with me for once. I know you didn't go by yourself.
What are you saying? Of course I went by myself, honestly.
I've been suspicious you were having an affair for a while. That's why I told you I knew about the extra clothes you were taking with you to work. I was trying to give you a chance to get yourself together. Things have really changed around here. It's completely different than it used to be. If you were ever home, you might have actually noticed.
No, it's not like that. I really am just really busy at work. I know you probably won't believe me after I lied about the trip. I get that. But honestly, I am not having an affair. I promise.
You know, your work laptop? You left it at home. I felt bad about snooping, but I took a little look around since it was there.
What? That's not my computer. It belongs to the company. You shouldn't just look around in it like that. I could get into big trouble at work.
Then you shouldn't put the password on our sticker at the bottom of the screen. What is wrong with you? Surely you're smarter than that. Anyway, what matters is that you've got your Messenger app on the laptop.
Did you look at it?
I looked at it, and I took some screenshots, and I saved the pictures too. There was plenty to see, after all. It looks like you and your little girlfriend were really looking forward to your trip to the beach. You're such an idiot.
I'm sorry, but it's just for fun. It isn't serious. I promise, she doesn't mean anything to me at all. It's just something stupid. A one-time thing.
That's funny, because it seems like you think having a little fun with her is more important than going to see your daughter in the hospital. Give me a break. I want a divorce. When you come home, you can go ahead and start the paperwork. Call your lawyer, do whatever you need to do. I've already called mine.
Phoebe, I am so sorry. Can we meet? I want to talk to you again. I mean, just the two of us. No lawyers, just a husband and his wife. Oh, won't you come home? And bring Pippa with you, please. Just this once. I want to see you both.
If I do, then I'm only coming to talk to you about the things we need to cover. I won't be bringing Pippa. She doesn't need to hear any of that. We can talk about alimony and child support, and we can talk about the divorce. We can also talk about custody. I expect to receive full custody. Once you've done that for me, we won't have any problems. I want the agreement in writing. Although we both know I'll get custody even if you don't want to cooperate. I have plenty of evidence to back me up. No judge is going to side with the dad that couldn't even bother to visit his sick daughter because he'd rather be running around with some floozy.
That's why I want to talk to you. I hope you'll reconsider the divorce. Even after everything that's happened, don't you think this is all moving really fast?
I've been aware of the affair for a long time, Vincent. I've had time to think about it. And more importantly, I've talked to you about how you were treating Pippa. I told you, over and over again. I wanted to believe in you. I really did. It's the only reason I kept trying. You don't have a right to tell me it's moving too fast after you stabbed me in the back. You betrayed me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please, forgive me.
It's been 2 weeks since I told you I wanted a divorce. I thought about it plenty. No matter how I look at it, it doesn't change how I feel.
It's only been 2 weeks. That isn't very long at all. Please, just give me more time to show you how much you mean to me.
You dug your own grave long before now. The way you behaved, the way you spoke to me, everything you were doing made this decision for me. I didn't decide this in the heat of the moment or in a moment of anger. I'm clear-headed as can be. I know exactly what I'm doing.
But I told you she didn't mean anything to me. I never really cared about her. It wasn't going anywhere.
Oh, I'm sure. I know she's married, too, after all. But isn't that just great for you? Now she's getting a divorce, too. She's gonna be single. You don't have to worry about running around behind anyone's back anymore. You can just date her. Lucky you.
I don't want to get divorced. And I don't want to date her. I'm not going to, no matter what happens. I want to be with you.
Oh, are you suddenly worried about what other people are going to think? Is it because she's one of your business partners?
No, that has nothing to do with it. It's you. I don't want to lose you or Pippa.
You're the one who left us. You've been spending all your free time away from us. You have some nerve saying something like that to me.
I know what I did was truly unforgivable. I understand that. But I really do love you, Phoebe, and I love Pippa too. I can't imagine my life without you in it. I don't want to get a divorce. How can I prove that to you?
You love Pippa and I? Don't talk to me like I'm an idiot. I don't want to hear it from you. You're the one that put a trip with your little girlfriend ahead of us. You weren't even worried about Pippa when she was in the hospital. You left for a trip with that woman instead of coming to the hospital to be with us. Explain that to me. What about that is loving us?
I believed she was going to be okay. I really did. I would have never left her if I thought there was anything to seriously worry about.
I cannot believe you or anything you say ever again. It's going to be hard for me. I loved you. I'm going to miss you, and it's going to hurt to lose that. But that's better than staying with you. I had always thought I could stand anything as long as you took good care of Pippa and made her feel loved. If you had actually put your daughter first and truly cared about her, we wouldn't be getting a divorce right now. But you betrayed us both. You betrayed everything.
Oh, Phoebe, I'm sorry. From now on, I promise to always prioritize my family above everything else. I'll always put Pippa first. You'll see that. I'll come home early and spend every weekend with the two of you. And I'll treat you right. I'll make sure you know how important you are to me.
You've shown me you're the kind of person that can lie to your family without batting an eye. You can stab me in the back with a smile on your face. You're the kind of man that will put his mistress ahead of his daughter. I've seen you do it time and time again. There's no way I could ever forgive you. I can't imagine getting back together with you. It's over.
Please, I am asking you. I'll do anything you want. Please, you've got to forgive me. Don't throw everything we had away on one affair. It was such a stupid mistake.
Maybe to you, it feels like just one time. But to me and Pippa, it's many, many times. Every time you picked her over us, that's one more time. Every single time you said you didn't have time to play with Pippa, every single time you broke a promise to her. It may have been one woman to you, but it's a stack of lies and betrayals to us.
I am sorry. I am truly, deeply sorry. I don't want to get a divorce. I don't. Please, come home.
I think you'd be happy. The house is quiet now. You don't have to worry about me nagging and exaggerating anymore. Didn't you say you didn't want to come back home anymore because I was there?
That's not what I meant. I didn't really feel that way. I was just speaking out of anger. I got frustrated. I am sorry.
I think that people usually say what they really mean when they get angry. All the fluff and hesitation is gone. You get right to the heart of the matter. Pippa and I are never going to set foot in that house again. You can go ahead and relax and enjoy your time alone. I'm happy for you. You finally have a nice, quiet house you'll feel good coming home to. The divorce was a really messy one. It was difficult on me, but my parents and in-laws both understood the situation. They both encouraged my husband to stop fighting it. Eventually, we were able to come to an agreement and finalize everything. Since he was having an affair with one of his business partners, there were some serious problems at work for Vincent. From what I understood, he was demoted. That came with a serious pay cut as well, and I hear he was required to transfer to a different department entirely. My ex has to pay child support each month, so he isn't able to quit his job. I've also heard that his mistress ended up getting a divorce as well. I hear that she ended up moving back in with her family because she didn't have anywhere else to go. Just like my husband said, the affair didn't really mean anything to either one of them. They didn't try to date each other after both the divorces were finalized. I wonder if they had known how things would end, if they would have had the affair after all. I doubt they ever imagined they both would end up alone and losing everything. Honestly, as long as my ex-husband continues to pay his child support, I don't really care what happens to him. When I really think about what has happened, only one thing is important to me. I want my daughter to be proud and to never feel ashamed. I want her to have a good life. I decided that the best thing for us was to move in with my parents and raise my daughter in their home. She'll be loved and have everything she needs that way. When I told my boss at my part-time job that I was getting a divorce and wanted to quit my job, he told me they were actually looking to add some full-time employees. Starting next month, I'm going to be working full-time. I'm lucky that they're going to give me some flexibility in my schedule. The location I was working at is a little bit far from my parents' house, and it was going to eat up a lot of my time commuting there and back every day. I've decided to go ahead and move closer to my job until my daughter starts school in the fall. I think the next 10 years of my life are going to be extremely busy. But I'm lucky. My parents and my former in-laws are wonderful people and have offered to help me. They're going to take care of Pippa when I need to work and make sure we both have everything we need. I know that from now on, Pippa will be living without her father. I want things to be better for her now, and I want to make up for what she will miss. My ex-husband broke a lot of the promises she had made to our daughter. I don't want that to be the memory she focuses on. I'm putting my daughter's feelings first. Her happiness is my greatest priority, and I'm going to make sure she feels all the love that surrounds her. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button for more great content.
Melissa, I am honestly so jealous of you. How in the world did this happen? And I had to hear about it from Connie in our department? I can't believe you're getting married and you didn't tell me. I didn't realize it was even still possible to get married at 40 years old.
Are you serious? It's already being spread around the office.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast word travels. You've a lucky dog. I mean, at 40, you might as well put in an application to a senior home, Grandma. Like, that's the age that guys usually end up leaving their woman, not marrying them. So it's insane that you're actually getting married. I'm still having trouble processing it. It's a miracle.
I don't even know what to say to that. Like, am I supposed to take that as a compliment? If so, thank you, I guess. Although, it's all feeling a little backhanded, to be honest.
Of course it's a compliment. Don't be silly. But I mean, spending all of that money on a wedding, you know it's not cheap. I really admire that you're willing to do that. Because I know that if it was me, I'd never be able to do that. It'd be a waste.
Why are you bringing up money?
Well, I'm just saying, being able to get married at 40, let alone finding someone willing to marry you at that age, you certainly have to have had a lot of help to pull that off. I'm sure you've already spent tons and tons of money on like a matchmaker or something to find someone, huh? Or did you pay for the premium service on some dating app? Beg those guys to talk to you on Tinder or something? You have to tell me how much you had to invest to land yourself a man. Hundreds of dollars? Thousands?
I really don't know what you're trying to say or hint at here, but you are completely wrong. I haven't hired anyone to help me out with the whole matchmaking thing. And I certainly have never tried out or even downloaded any of those dating apps. It's so rude of you to even assume that I had to pay my fiancé to marry me.
Oh, really? But there is absolutely no way that some 40-year-old hag like you is able to get married. Not unless there was something super shady going on. As if someone would just willingly choose to get married to you? That's ridiculous.
There is no reason why a 40-year-old woman can't get married just like everyone else. To be honest, what really happened was he just came up to me while I was in the city. I never thought this man who was like 10 years younger than me would ever start flirting with me.
What? He was flirting with you? And I'm sorry, you must have made a typo or something. Did you say he was 10 years younger than you?
Yeah, can you believe it? I was actually stopping at this bar to treat myself to a little cocktail, and I was a little drunk. And I was feeling a little buzzed, so on a whim I just invited him to join me, and he said yes. So we just started talking, and one thing led to another. And he asked me out right then and there.
You're joking, right? He met some 40-year-old woman and he just decided to ask her out right then and there? That has to be some joke.
But it wasn't. So anyway, that's just kind of how we started seeing each other. And he pretty much proposed within a couple weeks. I was actually surprised by how fast everything went down.
No, there's no way that you're telling the truth. I mean, it would make perfect sense if it was someone young and hot like me. But Melissa, you are literally 40. And even on your best day, you look like super old. And I'm supposed to believe that some younger guy flirted with you and that eventually chose to propose? Out of his own free will? Wait, I get it. Your fiancé is blind, right? Or there's something seriously wrong with his vision?
Well, I suppose his vision is a little off. He does have to wear glasses.
Oh, that makes a little more sense.
But if he takes his glasses off, his face isn't half bad to look at, if you know what I mean. Actually, now that I think about it, he kind of looks like that one celebrity you like. You know, from that boy band you're always going on and on about.
Which one? It can't possibly be a popular one.
What was his name again? Oh, Harry in One Direction. And I'm not being biased, he really does look like him.
Are you kidding? Your fiancé is that hot? There's no way.
At first I was a little worried because I was afraid he was just looking for some money or something. But as always, I was just worrying too much, and that was definitely not the case. I mean, he's such a gentleman and so kind, and he really is planning ahead for our future and super great about money too. He's already made a plan about our life savings and bank account and everything. He's so mature and was definitely ready to settle down.
I can't believe this. How are you getting my dream? You're just some old hag. It's not fair that you get to marry some hot guy younger than you. When I heard you were getting married, I thought it was to some ugly old guy who was actually in your league.
Girl, you are way too invested in my life. Why are you so obsessed?
Whatever. Hey, you have to let me meet your fiancé. I still don't believe you unless I get to actually see it with my own eyes. There's no way I'm believing that he's as hot or young as you're saying he is. Besides, if he's really all that you describe him to be, he'll probably dump you for me once I meet him anyway.
Excuse me?
Well, I mean, I'm young, hot, and still single, so it would make sense if that did happen. It's not fair that you're so old and getting married instead of me.
I'm sorry, Mallory. Did you just happen to forget that you have a boyfriend already? You literally had to go through that whole approval process thing with the company to date Dallas for marketing.
Yeah, but it's not like we're married. So it's fine if I meet your fiancé. It's like window shopping, or looking at the menu without ordering off of it.
Do you realize just how ridiculous you sound right now?
Great. So definitely don't forget to introduce me next time. Of course, if you don't, I'm more than happy to take the initiative and get his contact information and reach out myself.
Hey, Melissa, I'm really sorry to be bothering you like this. There's something I really need to talk to you about, if you don't mind. It's sort of a private matter, so I hope I'm not crossing the line or anything.
Hey Dallas, what's up? Is everything okay? We're not in the same department, and I don't think we've ever really had a proper conversation. So I'm guessing if you're reaching out to me, it has to be Mallory related?
Yeah, actually it is. There's something that I wanted to ask you about her. Actually, this is kind of embarrassing to admit, but she dumped me last week. Like, out of nowhere.
Wait, really? I am so sorry.
Yeah, it was kind of really weird. She just came up to me and said that she met the love of her life and that they were in love and getting married, and then she just dumped me. I tried to reach out to get some sort of explanation besides that. I mean, we were together a long time, you know? But I haven't been able to get a hold of her since.
Hold on, the love of her life?
I tried to talk to her at work, but she just avoided me. But I just can't let go of it. Something feels off. So if you know anything about Mallory or what happened and all, it would be great if you could let me know. I mean, you guys work together and you see her every day, so if anyone might know anything, I thought that you might.
Huh. Well, I guess thanks for reaching out to me. I know it must have taken a lot on your part, but I'm really sorry. I don't know much about what goes on in Mallory's love life. We don't really have that kind of relationship where we ever talk about those kinds of things. And yeah, we're in the same department, but I haven't gotten to talk to her much recently either.
Oh, for real? But like for the past month, haven't you guys been going on all those business trips together?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, whenever I tried to text her or try to plan a date night, she would always have some sort of business trip that she was taking with you, or tell me that you two went out for drinks so she was busy. You two have been hanging out a lot.
I haven't gone on a single business trip or even gone out with her ever. Maybe she was using me as an excuse to cheat on you or something.
What? So she's been cheating on me this entire time? Oh, I can't believe this. I never pegged her to be a cheater. I am so stupid for believing the lies.
Hey, Dallas? This is kind of changing topics a little bit, but if I happen to have a picture of the person she was cheating on you with, would you by any chance want to see it?
What do you mean?
The truth is, I'm actually in the same boat as you. My fiancé just dumped me this morning.
Wait, you got dumped by your fiancé? No way. Everyone at the office heard the rumor that you were getting married.
Wow, I didn't realize it had spread around the office so quickly.
Oh, I didn't mean for it to come out like that. By rumor, I don't mean that they were making fun of you or anything. Everyone was super nice about it. In fact, everyone was really excited about it. They wanted to throw you some kind of engagement party and everything. You're like the office favorite, so we were all really happy for you. So of course we would want to celebrate something as amazing as you getting married.
Really? You're kidding, right?
But no one thought that you would get dumped. Oh, wait a minute. Did you bring that up because you think our two things are related? Like Mallory's new husband is actually your ex-fiancé? Actually, never mind. There is no way something like that would happen. That would be crazy, right? Melissa, tell me you're joking.
Hate to tell you this, Dallas, but I'm not. I'm pretty sure that Mallory was cheating on you with my fiancé.
What the hell? But you're literally Mallory's boss. Is that what you're trying to tell me? That Mallory somehow stole her boss's fiancé? And on top of that, then proceeded to use you as an excuse for where she was when she was cheating with said fiancé?
Are you busy tonight? I think I can provide you some clarity on the situation. I should tell you a little more about my fiancé. I can even show you a picture of him if you want. I really think you're going to want to hear what I have to say. There's a reason I think my fiancé was the one Mallory was cheating with, and this will definitely explain why.
Yeah, of course. I'll let you know when I get off of work so we can talk.
Hey, Melissa! I'm really sorry to bother you during work. I know you're probably swamped. It's me, Mallory. You know, the girl who's on her honeymoon right now. Anyway, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but did you happen to get that email I sent you earlier? I made sure to send it to your work email.
Of course I checked it. What about it? Is there a reason you felt the need to send me a picture of your wedding pictures? After you decided to steal my fiancé so you could marry him yourself? What do you want me to say? That it's a beautiful picture and you both look happy? Congratulations, I guess.
Oh, how kind of you. Thank you so much. Yep, I wanted you to be the first to know that Jacob and I got married. And it's all thanks to you, really. Although I do feel like I owe you an apology. I know you were really looking forward to marrying him, so I almost feel bad that I stole him from you. But what can you do? Sometimes these things just happen, you know? Jacob just fell head over heels and was so insistent on marrying me. How could I ever say no?
Whatever, Mallory, I don't care anymore. It's over, it's done, I'm moving on. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that he chose you over me.
See, that's what I've been saying this whole time. I'm so glad you finally see the truth. That I'm so much younger and hotter, so obviously I was the more attractive choice. No pun intended. Plus, I met his family and they already love me. They all keep saying that Jacob lucked out in his choice of wife. Isn't that so sweet of them?
Wow, Mallory.
Right? Gosh, with a husband this hot, I'm really feeling on top of the world. I mean, Jacob makes great money and his family's well off, so I feel like I'm basically set for life. Lucky me. And he said he's so glad he made the right choice with a younger wife.
Interesting. Jacob said that, did he?
Yeah, you should have seen the way he was looking at me during the wedding. Like when I came out in my gorgeous dress, his mouth was hanging open for so long, I thought he'd catch flies or something. But you know what the best part of all of this was? That I got to steal your fiancé. It's the best feeling ever. This wedding was everything I could have ever asked for and then some. And don't worry, I'll make sure to be happy with Jacob enough for the both of us.
Well then, I guess I should just say congratulations and leave it at that. Oh, and also, welcome to hell.
Excuse me?
Please, by all means, enjoy your life being married to Jacob. You can be his bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, obedient wife. You'll have to work hard to support Jacob and his family.
Wait, what do you mean I have to support them?
Well, like you said, I'm not that young, so I didn't really have the energy to take care of his dad or anything. But since you're young, you should have no problem at all with that. It'll be super easy for you to get up in the middle of the night to change his diapers and stuff.
His what now?
And I actually had kind of a hard time keeping my mouth shut around them. He always got so upset that I would talk back. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem for you, right? I'm sure you'll be a big help to them. Good luck with all of that.
You're kidding, right? Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Hell, changing diapers, keeping my mouth shut? I'm so confused on what you're trying to say right now. Don't try to scare me like that just because you're a jealous witch who can't handle losing.
Oh, have you and Jacob not discussed anything that happens post-wedding?
What do you mean?
Well, after you and Jacob get married, you guys will be moving into his dad's house right away. They want you to do the chores around the house and take care of his dad. You'll have to quit your job, of course, and spend all day with his dad at home. Didn't he tell you all of this?
What? That literally sounds like every wife's nightmare.
Did he really not tell you any of this? Kind of a red flag, if you ask me. Of course, I had him explain all of this to me before we even got engaged.
Really? We never talked about any of that. He didn't tell me he expected anything like that after we got married. You're lying to me.
You don't believe me? Why don't you just ask him, and he'll tell you the same thing I did. After all, you guys are on your honeymoon, so if you're going to find time to talk about all of this, it would be now. Well, it was great catching up with you, but I have to get back to work. Enjoy the rest of your honeymoon.
Melissa, what the hell am I supposed to do? You were right. Jacob just pretty much told me the same thing you did. We're moving into his dad's as soon as we get back from our honeymoon. You have to help me. I have to do all the house cleaning and take care of his dad, but I'm not getting paid for any of it. And then he also said that once I quit my job, he's in charge of all of our finances too. even the money in my savings. He wants to combine our bank accounts.
Oh, wow. It looks like he even added some conditions. That must suck.
Yeah, you'd think something this big would warrant some kind of conversation beforehand. But when I asked him why he never even mentioned any of this before, he said that when he dumped his last girlfriend, she told him there's no way anyone would agree to all those things and that he should really rethink making those demands. So he took the advice and decided to hide all that information until after we got married.
Huh. Well, isn't that interesting? Okay, I gotta be honest. When I told him he should rethink that is definitely not what I had in mind. I meant he should rethink those conditions, not rethink talking about them.
I can't believe this happened. And you know what the most annoying part of all of this is? Is that all he considers me is basically a glorified housekeeper. And when I asked him why he wanted to get married to me, he said he was basically looking for a replacement because he lost his mom.
Oh yeah, Jacob told me the same thing. I guess a few years back, Jacob's mom filed for divorce and then just up and disappeared.
He said he was so upset when his mom left and there was nobody to do the housekeeping or to take care of his dad, and it was too much work, so he wanted to find a wife to take over everything for him. He even said that you had reminded him of his mom and kind of looked like her too, so he really liked you, but his dad said someone younger would be more useful in the long run, so he gave up and listened to him. I thought I hit the husband lottery, but instead I get stuck with a boy with mommy issues.
Yeah, not gonna lie, when I heard that, it put me off too. I thought he was a catch, but glad I dodged that bullet.
This is literally making me sick to my stomach.
Hey, look on the bright side. Getting to retire early because you're getting married seems like a pretty sweet deal. Dare I say, I'm jealous.
What do you mean? This is terrible. I can't believe you knew all of this the entire time and you didn't even bother to tell me.
Hey, don't look at me. I thought he would explain all of that to you before you two got married. I mean, that would be the responsible and logical thing to do. That's why I was so low-key surprised when you actually went through with marrying him. That takes a lot of guts to know you're gonna have to endure all of that for the rest of your life.
No, I can't. There's no way. You have to help me get out of this somehow. If this is how I have to live, marrying Dallas would have been a million times better. He's definitely not as hot as Jacob, but I would rather marry a troll than have to live in my own personal hell like this. You think Dallas would still take me back? Melissa, I can't believe this is happening. I just heard that Dallas was transferred to one of the overseas offices.
Mallory, you do know you're bothering me at work, right? I happen to be very busy right now and I don't really have time for your whining.
Whatever! This is more important. Nobody told me that Dallas is going to Germany. What the actual hell?
Yeah, isn't that great? Good for him. Apparently he's gonna be there for like 5 years. They might even extend his contract there longer if he can land them that big deal.
This isn't a joke, Melissa! When I texted Dallas, he said you were the one that recommended him for the transfer and got him the interview. How could you do that to me? Do you enjoy ruining my life?
Honey, you seem to be doing a bang-up job of that all on your own.
He said that he can't get back together with me because he's leaving. It's all your fault. Stop interfering with my personal business.
Not everything is about you, Mallory. Dallas asked me to make a recommendation to his boss, so I did. Simple as that. Besides, it's more your fault than mine that he put in for the overseas transfer in the first place.
No, it's not.
Yeah, actually it is. Dallas was thinking about asking you to marry him before you went and dumped him. So he was actually staying in the country for you. But since he has no reason to stay here anymore, he saw no reason why he shouldn't try to advance his own career. He could really use the experience, especially since he wants to take over his parents' business someday. So we thought it would be a good idea to make some connections overseas as well while he's at it.
He's what? Wait a damn minute. He's planning on taking over his parents' company?
Yeah, isn't that great? I actually just learned about this myself, but apparently his parents own one of our biggest supply companies. I mean, this would be way in the future, but he does plan to eventually take over his parents' business.
What? I never knew about this. Are you telling me that if I stayed with Dallas, I would have become the wife of some bigwig CEO one day?
I suppose that was a possibility.
That's not fair! I can't believe this. I'll divorce Jacob so Dallas and I can get married. Melissa, you can have him back. Okay? Jacob is all yours and you can marry him instead.
What?
Aren't you happy about that? You got him back. You can still have the chance to get married, even at 40. You're welcome. I'll come back from my honeymoon right now, so you and Jacob can live happily ever after.
Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. I appreciate your generosity, but I really have no need for Jacob in my life. Actually, I already have like 10 different dates set up.
You what? How the hell did you get 10 dates?
Well, when everyone at the office heard about what happened with Jacob, they all wanted to introduce me to one of their friends, and before I knew it, they'd set me up on all these dates. I mean, I really had no problem staying single, but they all just wanted me to be happy and find a nice guy. So they've all been really insistent on trying to find someone for me. CEOs, lawyers, doctors, you get the gist. They've been introducing me to all these wonderful people, and it really made me see what I was missing out on.
No way you're getting all of these high-profile men to actually go out with you. How is that fair to me? Why do you get everything? I want to marry someone like that too. Why do I have to be stuck with stupid Jacob?
Mallory, you already have a husband, remember? I wish you both a long and happy marriage. And make sure to enjoy that honeymoon. You know that nightmare will be waiting for you when you get back. So after our conversation, Mallory came back from her honeymoon with Jacob. She was promptly whisked away to live at his dad's house, and her own personal hell began. Just like he mentioned, he made her quit her job. In fact, Mallory wasn't even the one to do it. Jacob came in with the papers, and none of us really ever saw her again, and she all but disappeared from our office. From what I heard, it seems like she was really stuck doing all of the housework and taking care of Jacob's dad. And apparently her husband nor her father-in-law won't lift a finger to help her out. So while Jacob sits on the couch watching television when he gets home from work, Mallory's still cleaning. She said she finally gets why his mom ran out on them, as she spends her days crying and doing laundry, cooking, cleaning, and whatever else Jacob and his dad need her to do for them. I, on the other hand, have been doing great. Getting dumped by Jacob had to be one of the best things to ever happen to me. The dates have been going really well, and I met this one guy who's a doctor who I really hit it off with, and now we've been dating for around a month now. Everyone at the office says that they're planning to go all out when I finally tie the knot, which is a little embarrassing, but I actually kind of like it. Don't tell anyone though. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe and turn on the notifications for more videos like this one. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments section. See you next time!